Hey guys, it's Brittany. Earlier yesterday, I had posted an Instagram photo asking for people to kick me, Twitter me, ask for my number so that we can get more people to do some videos and we can get more advice and stories out there. Late last night, I received a kick from this girl. It was her whole life story, and she asked me to share it with you. So, I shall. I saw your pic on IG and just thought I would tell you my story. When I was younger, I lived with my mother. She was my best friend, and we were very close. But she started dating a man. He got my mother hooked on meth and heroin and other various drugs. He would lock the door at night and beat her. I would get scared at night and run to her room, but could never get in. One day, she left to go get high or shoot up, and she left me with a woman across the street. She was cleaning her house, and I was apparently in the way, so she locked me in the closet. My grandmother came to get me. One night I was just sleeping, and I guess my mother was passed out, but her boyfriend came in the room with his 16-year-old son, and they raped me. They did it almost every night for a year or so. I just cried and cried. One morning I tried to wake my mother up to go to school, and she wouldn't wake up, so I called my aunt and gave her directions to my house. I made my breakfast and got myself ready. Keep in mind, I'm 5 years old. My dad took my mother to court and got custody for me. My mother came in crying and telling me that she lost me. That was by far the saddest day of my life. You'd think my worries would end, right? No. My dad about 5 years ago met a woman, and at first she was fine, but then the real her came out. She's an alcoholic, and even sober she would tell me I'm stupid, ugly, fat, worthless. I was 12. What did I do? Got on Facebook and called her a bitch. She told my dad I had mental problems and that I needed medical help, so my dad took me to a therapist. Although I got some feelings that my therapist even hated my stepmom, if that tells you anything. She's using my father and stealing his money, the little money that he has. Freshman year I dated a junior who I thought loved me. Therefore I gave away my virginity to him. About a month later we went on a break. He went to one of my friend's house and did stuff with her. What? I do not know. We got back together, me not knowing what had happened in our time apart. But the last month of our relationship, he was in another relationship with another girl. I was heartbroken and so angry. My fear of being hurt came true. It took me 6 months to get over him, and his family who I grew very close to. If all that wasn't enough, this summer I got a text telling me that my 6-month pregnant mother was in jail. The man that knocked her up was a pedophile and said she was part of the sexual activity with a 13-year-old girl. I was on vacation and so worried. My whole vacation was ruined. She got out a month later, and I was relieved. She had the baby. He's as cute as a button, and I'm so thankful. I'm not telling you this to get sympathy. I'm doing it to get my story out there and to let young girls know that even though you might be going through something tough, it does get better. You just have to be patient. It might be hard, but the Lord has a plan for every single person. I know it's hard, trust me, I do. I've sat in my room before with bottles of pills, knives, and razors and thought so many times who in the world would miss me. But then God comes in my head and he tells me, what about tomorrow? What about when you're 20? What about your future and dreams that you have? You want to have a family and make something of yourself. It's not your time to go. Trust me. I know. God is always here, and there are people who will listen. I want to remain anonymous because I do not want people to take sympathy, one, but to take my story and think, wow, if she can do it, so can I. Life is hard, but it does get easier. Just love life and try to live it to its fullest. God bless you. Reading this, it was absolutely just wow. But you have to take this girl's story and you have to look at it and say, I can do it. You can get through it. You just have to believe. She took it and she broke down and she told you a story. She got to the end and it was like a fairy tale ending. It wasn't a once upon a time, but the ending was absolutely beautiful. She's telling you what she could have done. She's telling you how she didn't give up. and how she learned to love herself first. Love you guys.